Hey there, Heather, ho there. Jeff Gooder Diamond welcoming you to yet another in the pocket bowling thing. We are finishing our round of 32 tournament stuff. Um, we'll be going to the round of 16, and then we'll give you the matchups in the round of 16. So basically, if you win your round of 32 match, you're definitely in. But winning by a margin is big because the higher margin gets to go in. And by the way, the top 8 by winning margin, they will actually get to pick their opponent. They can pick their opponent for the tournament for the round of 16. So that's what the thing will be like. So I have to kind of keep my eyeballs open because it's top 8. I think that's not gonna make it. 19, coaches 19. So as of right now, the if you beat your opponent by less than 30 points, you're going to lose. As Lob, Couch, McGrath, and Kent have all beaten their opponents by under 30 pins, and so anyway, so just to let you know that. Okay, so yeah, so the 4 guys who have won their match by less than 30 pins, Lob, Couch, Kent, and McGrath, are all going to be in the losers bracket. They'll be picked by the winners. We know that Patrick Allen, Michael Husted, Mike Albee, and Bill Allen, I guess they call Patrick Allen and Bill Allen, are in. Well, they won their opponents by more than 45 or more pins. That actually means that they will be picking their opponents and all that. So that's what they'll do. So we still have 4 more matches to go. Our first matchup is Danny Wiseman versus Billy Hardwick. Danny Wiseman at 219 average against Hardwick at 217. Here we go. Wiseman. First ball is a triple one. Well, if he throws a 3 of a kind of a 2-2-1 or 10-15, that's a strike. Hardwick has to throw a 2-2-1 or 10-15, but triple ones right off the bat, so that's a K on everyone's board. Hardwick throws a 1-4-3, that's only 8 pins. Second frame. He throws a 1-3-4, same thing, 8. Without spare. Wiseman throws a 5-6-2, that's 11. Let's do it. Story team on 3. He throws a 1-3-4. He doesn't get a strike this time. Hardwick throws a 5-6-6. That's bad news. That's higher than 15. And double six means you're back a frame, which in this case means his third frame score is what he scored on the second frame, and that was an 8 spare. On 4, he throws a 5-1-5. That would be good for a strike, but double 5 means back 2 frames, so bad luck. Wiseman throws a 6-4-1. That's the way to score 11 with a K on the board. On 5, he throws a 4-4-3. That's 11. That's another strike. Hardwick throws a 6-1-6. And guess what? Yep, back a few frames. So he has thrown 8 spare, 8 spare, 8 spares. So 18 points per thing. That's not going to help him. On 6, he throws a 2-4-2. That's another 8 spare. Wiseman throws a 3-4-4. I think he's pretty much iced it. Remember, winning margin is big. On 7, he throws a 5-6-2. That's strike number 4 in a row. Hardwick throws a 6-4-3. Finally, for man, can you imagine a guy scoring 18 points in 6 straight frames? Actually, no, that can't be right. No, sorry. He struck on 7, so with the spare, that's 20 points. So first 5 frames, he scored 18 points, and then he scored 20. On 8, he throws a 1-6-1. That's not good. That would be a 8 for 8 spare, but a 6-1-1 on the card is an 8-1 open frame. Wiseman throws a 2-3-2 and a spare. On 9, he throws a 3-5-5. That's a strike. 13 for one thing. And back 2 frames means his 9 frame score is what is scored on 7. Hardwick throws a 3-1-1. That's a spare, but I don't think he's going anywhere. He does finish with 3 straight strikes for 188, which is pretty good. But, scoring 8 spare, 8 spare, 8 spare for 6 straight frames, that's not going to help him. Wiseman. But he does need to throw numbers. He throws a 3-1-4. That's a spare. So that's 215. He's up by 27 through 9. 37 because that's 10 guaranteed. So that's 37 points, right? Yeah, 225 at minimum. So that is 37. Um, yeah, whatever he throws, he's gonna beat Hardwick, and he's gonna get himself into the top 8. Yeah, that's true. He throws a 7 for 232. So nice job by Wiseman. He wins by 44. 44. Yeah, so Wiseman scores 44. So he will be in the top 8, which means he will get to pick his opponent. And yes, the best winning margin goes first in picking and will be placed on the thing. So Wiseman made it. So the cut line now is 30, right? Yep. So Wiseman's made it. Ferraro, he beat Dickinson by 30, but that's not going to be enough. Ferraro will now be in the bottom heat. He will now be on the outside looking in, and that means the next one is 34 by Roth, being Carter. 34 by Roth, 35 by Pappas, and 37 by Soltar. But we'll see what ends up happening. The Wiseman beats Hardwick. Our next match will be Jones versus Smith. Make sure it's the right Jones. Tommy Jones, not Tommy Lee Jones, but Tommy Jones against Harry Smith. Harry Smith shocked a lot of people by actually throwing a 299 in his match Allen. Against Allen. So he'll face Tommy Jones. Harry Smith with 215 average. Jones at 218.71. Boy, that bald head. Don't put balls in it because that'll be a bowling ball. So Roth's 30, so, well, 34, 37, 35. If the winner of this match must score 38, a margin of 38 or higher to automatically get in the top 8. So let's see what happens. Jones is first to throw. He throws a 663, which is a 15, but that pair of sixes, and they go to the chart, and a 3 was thrown on that blue die, so that means that it is a 7-2, so that's open frame. Jones, 3 of a kind or 10 to 15 throws a strike. Harry Smith can only throw a strike on 10 to 15. Smith throws a 5-1-2. Well, he's not doing as well as he did the first game, but he does have a non-open frame. On 2. He throws a 2-6-5. Remember, he can strike, and he got 13. Jones throws a 6-6-4, which would be great for 16. Well, too high. Pair of sixes back one frame, so he gets another open frame. On 3. He throws a 5-1-2. That's a spare. At least it's not 3 straight open frames. Smith throws a 3-1-5. That's not a strike. That's 9 pins. On 4. He throws a 1-4-3. That's 8 pins. Jones throws a 2-5-5, which would be 12 for strike, but pair of 5s means back 2 frames, and that's what happened. An open frame. On 5. He throws a 1-5-1. That's another open frame. Well, if it was any other set, a 3-3-1 combination, for example, or 3-2-2, that would have been a spare. But that's another open frame. Smith throws a 5-6-4 for 15. That's enough for a strike. On 6, he throws a 1-3-6. 10, he nipped another strike. Jones throws a 3-4-3. That's a strike with 10. On 7, he throws a 3-6-3 again. That's a strike. Smith throws a 3-1-1. That's a spare. If it was like 2-2-1, it would have been a open frame. On 8, he throws a 2-4-3. That's 9. Jones throws a 3-2-3. I think his momentum has been stopped. On 9, he throws a 2-4-4 for a strike. Smith throws a 2-1-4. That's a spare. Jones needs to get strikes, and he needs them quickly. On 10, he throws a 4-4-3. That's a strike. Next ball is a 5-2-4. That's a strike for 181. No, he gets 180. Harry Smith needs a spare to win this match. He gets a 6-4-3. He gets a strike. So he's at 181. So Jones is out. We know that. And the question now is for Harry Smith how high up he can be. 181. If he's, well, he'll be, oh no, he's screwed. Because if he strikes out, that's 211, right? He would only win by 31. And 34 is the number he needs. So Smith will be forced into the bottom 8 no matter what he does. And he puts a spare 201, which isn't half bad, but only wins by 21. So he's now in the lower part. That means that Sotar. So Mike Sotar is in the top 8 and guaranteed to pick his opponent. So he'll take on his opponent. So now, with 2 more matches left. Yeah, with 2 more matches left, the magic number is 35 now. You have Roth at 34 and Pappas at 35. If the winner of the next match scores higher than beats their opponent by more than 35, they're in the top 8, and that puts Roth in the bottom 8 for guaranteed measure. So who will face this match? We are going to go with Rutger and Bernardi. Rutger and Bernardi. Where's Rutger? There, and Bernardi. I think he was near the top. So Dick Rutger and Joe Berardi are going to go toe to toe for this match. They know they need They need to win their by a lot. Rutger throws a 6-5-2 for 13. He needs 10 to 15 for a strike. Berardi gets a 3-2-1 boom or a strike, or 10-15. That's a strike. Berardi throws a 6-3-5. That's 14. That's just enough for a strike. Berardi throws a 4-6-2. That's 12. That's a strike. Rutger throws a 4-6-2. That's another strike. On 3, he throws a 4-6-3. That's 13. That first strike. Berardi throws a 2-5-3. That's a strike. On 4, he throws 3-6-2. That's 11. That's a strike. Rutger throws 2-2-5. He misses by a pin. On 5, he throws a 2-4-1. That is 2-for-1 pizza, and that's a spare. Berardi throws a 4-1-1, and he gets a open frame, which is not what he wanted. Anything else, a 3-2-1 boom, that would have been a strike. On 6, he throws a 4-6-6, which is bad news because not only is that 16 too high, the pair of sixes is back of frame, so his 6 frame scores what his scores on 5. So Rutger has a chance. He throws a 5-1-1, so he throws an open frame. If it was any other 7 combination, that's a spare, and he has the lead. So he's only down by 2 points. On 7, he throws a 3-3-1. That's not good. That's a spare, though. Berardi throws a 3-4-3. That's a strike. That's big. On 8, he throws a 1-5-2, so that's a spare. Rutger throws a 4-6-4, 14. That's a strike. On 9, he throws a 6-6-4. Too high for a strike, but pair of sixes, he goes back a frame. Berardi throws a 6-1-3. That's a strike. But I think they're going to let Berardi go first. Yeah, Rutger's got a pair of strikes. On 10, he throws a 4-6-5. That's a strike. That's good. Then he throws a 2-3-6. That's a strike. A strike makes 224. He gets 224 on the board. Is that going to be good enough to beat Rutger? Rutger throws a 4-2-3. That's a spare. That's not what he wanted to throw. And then he knew it too. He needed, if he went strike, 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 I think that would have been 231, right? Yeah. Yeah, it would have been strike. Yeah, 10 extra. Strike would have given him 30 points for 201, and it would have been 231. He would have won by 7 points. It would have been enough for a win. But Rutger fumbles on 10. He needed those strikes. Berardi with 3 straight strikes screws over Rutger in the butt end and wins by 17. So Berardi will end up on the lower side, and Pappas will get to pick his opponent. Rutger loses. So now the Stefanovic-Burden matchup. The winner must score higher than 30, margin of higher than 34 to be in the top 8 and get to pick their opponent. Otherwise, Roth gets to pick his opponent. And the match is Stefanovic and Burden. There's Stefanovic. There he is. And where's Burden? No? There he is. Nelson Burden Jr. So it's 213 versus 216. Yeah, that Nelson Burden guy. Looks like that guy from MXC or Takashi's Castle, Jimmy Jump or whatever they call it. Savanovic. First frame throws a 3-1-2. That's a 6. That would be like a terrible par. Look at all those numbers. Like if he throws a 4 or a 5, now look at all those open frames he could potentially throw. and Burden Jr. Well, if Burden throws a 4-1-1, that's a strike. Stefanovic throws a 6 without a 4-1-1, like a 3-1-2, that's a strike, and 10-15 is a strike. Burden throws a 2-6-4, that's 8, that's 12, that's a strike. On 2, he throws a 1-3-1, that's a spare. If it was a normal, or if it was like 2-2-1, that would have been an open frame. Stefanovic throws a 2-5-4, that's 7, that's 11. Stefanovic on 3 throws a 2-2-3 for 7. Burden throws 6-6-3 for a spare. Burden throws a 4-3-5 for 12. Stefanovic 5-6-3, that's a spare. On 5, he throws a 2-4-1 for 7. Burden throws a 4-5-4, that's a strike. Pair of 5s, well, that would have been a strike anyway. So Burden might have a chance. On 6, he throws a 2-5-5, that's 12, that's a strike. Stefanovic throws a triple 4, 3 of a kind. Ugh, 12 would have been strike, but 3 of a kind, that's going to hurt him. That's an open frame. That will hurt him. On 7, he throws a 5-4-2, nips a strike over 11. Burden throws a 4-4-1, that's a spare, but he's up by 24 through 6. On 8, he throws a 5-6-3, that's a strike. Stefanovic throws a 3-5-1, that's a spare. Spare, 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 spare. On 9, he throws a 4-5-4, that's a strike. Burden throws a 4-5-1, that's a strike. So Stefanovic will go first. He throws a 1-6-2, that's a spare, and then gets a strike for 193. I think he knows he's lost a Burden. Yep, he's lost a Burden. Now the question on my mind is how many points will Burden win by? He has to beat 35. He has to be 35 or above. Throws a 3-3-2. That's not going to be good enough. It's a 225. Oh, by 32. He throws a strike anyway. On his last pin, wins 225, 193 for 32. And by 2 points. Burden will not be picking. Roth will be picking his opponent. So Burden will be in the bottom 8. And then it's now up to people. Man, oh man, he was good. That if it was a strike, he probably would have had it and put Roth in the bottom 8. Well, so now let's take a look at who gets to pick. Um, so it'll be Allen. So Bill Allen will pick first because he won by the most. Mike Albee will go second. Yeah, so everyone going second. So Allen, Albee. Husted is the 3 seed by proxy. We got 54. 45 by um, Patrick Allen. So the two Allen boys are there. Husted Allen. Wiseman by 44. So that means he's number 5. Siltar is number 6. Pappas number 7. Joe Smith. And Roth, 34. So Allen, Albee, Husted, Allen, Wiseman, Zoltar, Pappas, and Roth. They'll be picking all that. We are gonna we do matches here. Multiple matches. Minimum 3, maximum 9. Should we go best of 3, best of 5, best of 7? Yeah, best of 3. Three games, total pins. Options. It will be total pins. 3 game total pins. Right, yeah, we'll do 3 games total pins, and then it would be best of 5. Best of 5 quarters, best of 7 semis, and best of 9 finals. Okay, that's what we'll do. Yeah, we'll do 3, but what we'll do is we'll do total pins for 3. Okay. Well, anyway, doesn't matter. So here's what happens. So Alan is going to pick his opponent. And he'll take Harry Smith, a shocker. That's Harry Smith. Oh, I effed up. I effed up my sheet of paper because I wrote it on the wrong line. So yeah, so Alan will face Smith. I'm actually surprised, but Alan says I want Harry Smith. Okay. Albie, who will he take? Lob. Lob. The Lob will face Albie. So Lob will take on Albie. Husted, who will they face? Burden. So he's going to take Burden. So he is going to take Nelson Burden. His Husted will take Burden. Patrick Allen, who will he take? Ferraro. Ferraro? Okay, so Ferraro will face Patrick Allen. So it's the Wiseman. Who's he going to take? McGrath. Wiseman will take McGrath. Zoltar will take Kent. Zoltar will take Kent. So it's down to Berardi and Couch. And it'll be Pappas who wants Berardi. He wants to avoid Jason Couch. So that's Couch versus Roth. Oh. So it's going to be Allen. So it's going to be Harry Smith versus Brandon Allen. Bill Allen. Lob takes on Albie. Burden versus Husted. Ferraro versus Patrick Allen. McGrath, Wiseman, Kent Zoltar, Berardi, Pappas, and Couch Roth. It is going to be 3 games. It will be total pins. And then quarters will be best of 5, semis best of 7, and the finals will be best of 9. So yeah, basically you win. Those are your points. So that's what will happen. And that's what we're gonna do. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond, the dude.